am calling the Tyler County Board of Education meeting to order. The mission of Tyler County Schools is to provide student-centered learning opportunities that ensure all students will learn to their potential and master the skills, ethical behaviors, and attitudes needed to be successful citizens in a 21st century economy. Please rise for a moment of silence in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the roll call. All board members are present, and Mr. Hiley is too. So we will move on, and I will turn the meeting over to Mr. Hiley.
All right, under C, approval of minutes of the March 2nd, 2026 regular meeting have been approved by the State Department. D, student expulsion, student control number 2026-0223 has been approved by a hearing examiner, and that student will be out for the remainder of the 25-26 school year based on that expulsion. Tonight we have two presentations. We'll start with the first one, Mr. Matt Jennings, presentations of the WVMEA.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to begin by recognizing our superintendent, Mr. Hiley. He was recently named the West Virginia Music Educators Association Superintendent of the Year, and serving the first of a two-year term, myself as the WVMEA president. I presented him with this award on March the 5th at the 80th Annual WVMEA In-Service Conference. This recognition is given annually to a superintendent who has demonstrated outstanding support for music education, and it is always a well-deserved honor. I'll begin by reading what it was that I read for the presentation, which it was our intent to keep it a surprise to Mr. Hiley. And I would like to think that he was until I started to read some of this, but I didn't say his name until the end. Our next award is the WVMEA Superintendent of the Year. It is my honor to present this award to a leader whose commitment to music education is both visible and transformational. A graduate of Valley High School in Wetzel County, he earned his master's degree from West Virginia University in elementary education and general science. He later completed a multi-categorical special education endorsement and obtained his administrative certification. His career has spanned classroom instruction, school administration, and district leadership. He began as a special education teacher and went on to serve as an elementary principal, curriculum director, assistant superintendent, and personnel director. In 2019, he became a superintendent. Along the way, he also invested in students outside the classroom as a high school football coach. From the start of his tenure, he made it clear that music education is not an afterthought, it is a priority. He is present at concerts and performances, not simply attending, but engaging with students and encouraging teachers, showing through his actions that their work matters. In 2023, when scheduling challenges prevented elementary band instruction during the school day, he created a solution that allowed the band director to teach fifth grade band to students who began their day at the high school before being transported to their elementary schools. Rather than allowing logistics to limit opportunity, he removed the obstacle protecting access to music at a critical stage of development. And I remember very vividly at that time, I remember Mrs. Miller was in that meeting. I'm not sure if Mrs. Feldmeyer was, or we had like a brainstorming session in the board office here over the summer, trying to figure out a way that I could go and teach fifth grade band during the day. And everything we came up with, then we would think of some kind of obstacle that came in the way. Oh, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. And finally, Mr. Hiley said, well, why can't they just start their day at the high school, middle school? And he said, we can get buses to take them to their elementary school. He said, you can just stay there. And we're all kind of looked at each other like, oh yeah, that will work. And that's really not that difficult of a thing. So yes, that was one of many instances of his support for music education. When the high school band was selected to represent West Virginia in the 2025 National Independence Day Parade in Washington, D.C., he personally advocated for full Board of Education funding so every student could participate without financial burden. That decision speaks volumes about his belief in access, opportunity, and equity, and I think speaking on behalf of the band as the Knights band director, I think we were all able to see that was definitely money well spent, and the Knights band was definitely a great representative for the state. Under his leadership, the district has strengthened its commitment to music education in lasting ways. He ensures programs are supported, educators are heard, and students have access to high-quality musical experiences. His leadership is also deeply personal. He is approachable, responsive, and present with faculty, staff, and students alike. When the high school concert band narrowly missed selection as state honor band one year, he went to the high school that very day to remind students that their work was valued and their efforts truly matter. And I remember that was at that time when we realized we hadn't received state honor band, narrowly missed it by a small margin. That really meant a lot that day because it was kind of disappointing to myself and to the kids. So that really spoke volumes and meant a lot. One of his most impactful decisions was restoring a middle school band director position that had been eliminated more than 15 years earlier. Recognizing that a thriving program could not be sustained by one director alone, he strengthened staffing to ensure long-term excellence. Though he's not a musician, which although after I wrote that, I think I do remember you said that you were in band in middle school. Yes, and there's a fun fact. I think you played baritone. Yeah. Okay, so I retract this statement.
Jams with Bigfoot every once in a while.
He clearly understands the power of music education. He supports music wholeheartedly while trusting educators as professionals to do their jobs. From a teacher's perspective, he makes it possible for us to reach our full potential every day. For his steadfast advocacy, visible leadership, and genuine commitment to music education, it is my great honor to announce that the WVMEA Superintendent of the Year is Mr. Shane Hiley, Superintendent of Tyler County Schools. And the statement I read about that trusting educators as professionals to do their jobs each and every day, that is one of many things that makes it a very big blessing to teach here in Tyler County Schools, because I think we are trusted to do our jobs and to be professionals and to reach our full potential. We don't have, things that's holding us back every day. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize and thank not only Mr. Hiley for his leadership, but all of our administrators and the Tyler County Board of Education for your continued support of instrumental music in our county. When I travel outside of the county and speak with colleagues, and most recently at this conference, one of the most common concerns I hear is that they do not feel like their band programs are supported adequately. That lack of support can come from many places: building administration, district leadership, boards of education, guidance departments, or sometimes a combination of any one of those things. One of the main reasons we have been able to maintain such a strong band program here in Tyler County over the years is because of the constant support that we receive from our administration and our Board of Education. I know many outstanding directors who are fantastic teachers. They struggle far more than they should simply because they do not have that same level of support. For a small school district, what we have here is really quite special. In many ways, our program is an example of how things can be done and should be done the right way when students and the arts are supported at every level. So in closing, I would once again like to thank Mr. Hiley for his tremendous support of our band program, of our music programs in Tyler County, and also to thank our administrators and our Board of Education members for the important role you play in supporting our students every day. We truly have something special here in Tyler County when it comes to music education, and I feel blessed every day to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jennings, for all your hard work too. It's amazing the program that you've got.
Number 2, we have Julia Bolin, West Virginia Extension Office.
Sure, thank you. So I'm here today to just tell you a little bit about what I did the past year. So you'll see that on my impact report, but I just wanted to highlight a few things. We completed 3 series of chicken embryology, reaching 87 students. This year, we are scheduled for 4 classes that we're teaching. In that, 90% of students increased their knowledge of, this is at Borman Elementary, of animal habitats. We also had kindergarten and preschool students that we reached. Our most successful program is a combination of teaching and service. That's the Healthy Grand Families and Kinship Care Program. It's a monthly support group that has been meeting since September of 2022. Each month, we meet with an educational component for the caregivers, and then we share a meal together, which offers them support and fellowship. With the Healthy Grand Families, in November, I was asked to join the Healthy Grand Families team at West Virginia State University to present a webinar for the Northeast Regional Center for Rural Development. In my portion of the presentation, I provided information from the perspective of a county coordinator and the unique challenges that are faced in coordinating the program in an extremely rural area. Since Extension has been involved with Healthy Grand Families, over $29,000 has been brought into the community through direct financial assistance to families and the purchase of supplies and food for group meetings. I do lots of one-time classes in the school system and in the community. One of my favorite ones that I teach in the fall is Germ Fighters, which is a hand washing program that I teach at both elementary schools. We also, I have 10% of my workload is research and scholarly activity. I'm involved with 2 research projects. One is on youth resiliency. We called it Off the Grid Camp, and it educated youth on how to survive and thrive when an emergency creates a situation where electricity is not working. Last year, we hosted it at Tyler County Camp, and we had 16 youth from around the state that came to that pilot camp. Another research project that I'm involved with is one on youth agriculture titled Beyond the Barn. This is to determine the factors that drive youth to exhibit livestock so that we can determine address the financial gains that they have, but also address the skills that they do doing youth livestock. We've compiled data, and some of it we are recommending that Extension further this by creating a universal evaluation tool that consistently measures the impact in the following areas of responsibility, resilience, and financial management. And this also helps with workforce readiness through the livestock projects, through crisis management and public safety as they're doing their livestock projects. A large focus of my workload is service, and a lot of my service is my job as the CPC, which is the County Program Coordinator. Because I represent WVU Extension and I serve as an advisor to the 4-H Leaders Association, the Tyler County Fair Livestock Committee, the Tyler County Farm Bureau. I also serve on the Tyler County Family Resource Network Board of Directors, the Tyler County Planning Commission and Development Authority, and I represent Extension at the Tyler County Schools Wellness Committee. I also serve some other civic groups, some other WVU groups. I'm on the civic leadership and capacity building team. I work with the 4-H clubs and working groups team. I'm on the Women in Agriculture Conference team. I helped last year with the Cardiac Project, and I'm on the Employee Culture Work Group and the West Virginia Association of Extension 4-H, West Virginia Association of Extension 4-H Agents. I'm the Public Relations Committee Chair. And I do all that in the community. And this year we have a new program coordinator. She started in January. She's actually helping co-teach some classes, and she has summer programming that she's working on also. We hope to do another lunch and learn that we did for youth. Her name is Jennifer Shively, and we are currently scheduled to teach 4 chicken embryology classes, but I'm also currently still finishing up teen cuisine in the 6th grade class. I do have my budget for this year. There is a slight increase, mainly because it would be good for Jennifer to join some of the professional associations, so those dues are a little bit higher with both of us joining. And then I did put in, it's a slight increase in the secretary in the program, or the secretary's position, because The county commission normally has some type of raise that they give, so I built that in, but they were not sure what that raise would be. So it is, I do have the budget ready.
Yes, I am.
So do you have any questions for me?
Do you ever sleep?
I go home and that's about it.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, quite an accomplishment.
And we did have 4-H camp last year too. That was the first time back since 2017. So we are planning camp again this year.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, tonight we have no delegations, nothing under communications. We'll skip down in the agenda because we have nothing under HIJKLM. I'm sorry, under M, financial, Mr. Lancaster. On.
I have two items for you this evening. One is the approval of proposed levy rates for fiscal year 2027. This is the standard procedure before March 31st of every year. We do the schedule of proposed levy rates. Our levy rates haven't changed in this county since 1949, I believe. It's the same rates. People have a misconception about that, taxes go up and down. The rates are staying the same here. This excess levy rate that we're proposing is the same rate that's been in existence. The taxes go up and down because property values go up and down. Speaking of up and down, up was a couple years ago. We've had 2 years in a row of decreased property values. A lot of that has to do with oil and gas and the price of oil, the price of gas, and that sort of thing. So when it goes down, just want to share something with you if I can find my piece of paper. Here it is. So this current budget year, or the current year we're in now, it's dropped 60%. The assessed property values have dropped 60%. So 2 years ago or last year was that really good year, but it's dropped 60%, the property values. And then the projection, which is what you have to approve tonight, is projected to drop another 19%. So still better than we were 15 years ago before the oil and gas in this county, but we have to live with the ramifications of that oil and gas and sending kids. I've got a kid who just passed his driver's test, so he's out on these roads, and it's always a little scarier now, but as far as what it does for education, it's amazing what this oil and gas in our county does for us. But saying that, these rates are staying the same. We're not proposing anything different for next year's budget. We'll do this before March 31st, which we're doing tonight, and then we'll reconvene on the third Tuesday in April per state code, and then we'll officially enter those levy rates. So that's what I'm asking for in item 1, and it's already been approved. And item 2 is the budget revision request, and there are only 3 quick items on there of this budget revision request. Title 4, there was an additional $147.36 for, they give you an estimate, and then the actual amount comes in. It's a little bit different, so we just got to shore up the budget there and make sure we're budgeting the right amount. Same thing happened with state alternative education. We received another $147, actually a decrease of $147 based on what they originally said we were going to get. And then finally, we have the Title I School Improvement Grant for Arthur I. Borman, which we've got Kayla Morris and Kristen Cunningham doing some things there to help out Borman with some special education scores there, along with some other professional development. But those are the only items I'm bringing tonight, so thank you. Any questions?
So the projection for the next year after the 19%, what does it look like?
So
You had to guess.
I'm not going to do that on YouTube because it's easy to prove me wrong. a year from now.
Oh, yeah.
But I will say it should rebound pretty heavily from the activity we're seeing in the price of oil and gas. So These 2 years aren't unexpected, although I will tell you Wetzel County had an increase this year, but they were about a year behind Tyler, and just like Tyler was a year behind Doddridge, I think, with the way that worked. So, but I would anticipate another increase next year. I'd hope to see that, but I can't project that right now. There's so many things that could come into play.
Okay, thank you.
Just to go just back real quick to project updates, please know that everyone has been given an invitation to that groundbreaking ceremony for the new school, which is coming up. We're so excited about that. We put it out there on social media. Now down to policy and policy review. So I want to take a minute to explain how this process is going to work, and I may rely a little bit on Mr. Hess because he's doing the same thing, helping Boone County do exactly the same thing that we're doing. So what I have on the agenda and what I've got approval by the state to do is we are putting new policies that we have worked with Neola to create, policies 0 through 3,999, which are 0 through 999 are our bylaws, 1,000 through 199 is administrative policies, 2,000 through 2,999 is program policies, and then 3,000 through 3,999 is professional personnel policies. So these are the rewritten policies that are updated with Neola that will go out on public comment. And then I think my plan or our plan is those will go out on 30-day comment. Once those come down from 30-day comment, we'll put a new section up, a new group up for the 30-day comment by the public and by you guys and by the state board. The state board is looking at them also. And then we'll pick a date, hopefully the 1st of June, middle of June, that we will bring all policies to be adopted. That's kind of how they explained it to me at the State Department. So we'll review them every 30 days for so many weeks, and then at one time we'll remove all of our policies. We'll put all of our new policies in place that are vetted through Neola and are up to date with legislation. Does that sound?
Yes, sounds very, the reason I kind of group those is so it's just not overwhelming to have, all the policies there at once. It gives people time to kind of hone in on a few at a time, but that's correct. It'll basically replace your current policy manual to make sure that everything that is current with state law, any federal regulations and so forth.
And then every year thereafter, we will work with Neola to replace or amend those policies that are legislature changes or needs updated. So starting tomorrow, these 4 sections of policy will be on our Tyler County webpage where people can go on to read the new Neola policies. I didn't put them out there before the meeting because I wanted to kind of explain what it was. So you'll go to tylercountypublicschools.com, and then there'll be links, just like where you go for policies now, there'll be a link that has the new Neola policies with these 4 subsections that you'll be able to look at all those policies to read. It's been a process. It's been a good process for me, honestly, because I've read them numerous times as we went through them. I think it's been a good process for our administrators here, just to review there and look at their policies. And we've updated some to make things more streamlined. And I think that we had some that were, from the early 70s that really didn't need to be a part of what we had in our policy because it was obsolete. So that's how that piece is going to work moving forward. So if you have any questions or any comments or any questions about those, and public also, if you're reading, just call the office, and if I can't answer it, someone here will be able to. If you have questions or concerns about those policies, that's why we put them out for review, so people have the opportunity to read through them. So that's that. If we move on to P, approval of requests. These are some field trips. I will say that we have kind of instituted a new, it's not a policy, it's just kind of a procedure we have here. We try to get all trips in on the 10th of the month prior to the trip happening. So, of course, because if it isn't in the 10th, like say February 10th, we want all the March trips in. That gives us time to get bus drivers in place, make sure we have subs, all the finances are taken care of. I think that's been beneficial. Some folks have missed a deadline, and deadline's a deadline, so it's just what it is. You know, if we have worked with some who have, you know, like, we understand if you get the opportunity to go somewhere and it's, you know, it's 2 weeks before, we try to get that to the State Department, and we also get it to you all. But we're trying to stay true to those procedures, and it's been very helpful. Under personnel, we have resignation of Aaron Warner, his position of the boys soccer coach, effective immediately. So these rescissions and transfers that you're seeing, this is personnel season stuff. This is the stuff that Mrs. Feldmeyer goes around and takes care of. So transfer Angela Kokosinski from position second grade teacher at Sistersville Elementary School to third grade teacher at Sistersville Elementary School. And that'll be effective the next school year. Transfer Natasha Gum from her current position second grade at Arthur I. Borman Elementary School to first grade teacher at Arthur I. Borman Elementary School. And then C, transfer Amanda Gist from her current position as fourth grade teacher at Arthur I. Borman Elementary School to fifth grade teacher at Arthur I. Borman Elementary School, and that will be effective the 26-27 school year. D is employ Emily White, Tracy Miller, Brooke Hott, and Anna Blum as substitute instructional aides. We had a good pool of aides that substitute aides that applied the last time we had that posted, and so we're going to make them available. Employ Mark Richmond as a substitute custodian, effective immediately, and employ Heather Smith as bus operator on Route 48, and that's effective immediately. And then some other personnel issues there, some unpaid leaves, and then a volunteer coach. I will say under 4, superintendent contract of employment on February 25th, 2026. Michelle Blatt, state superintendent of schools, entered a contract with Mr. Hiley to serve as the Tyler County superintendent for a term of 2 years, beginning July 1st, 2026. We've also paid our bills, right, Mr. Lancaster?
Sure did.
Okay. So the next regular meeting will be held on Monday, April 6th. And please remember that this, in accordance with WV Code 11-812A, this March 16th meeting needs to stay unadjourned and continue on the third Tuesday of April, which is April 21st, 2026. Meeting
Meeting is not adjourned. We will see you on April 21st.
Mr. Hiley, when we go out for the opening of this school,
Yes.
do we need to do anything as a board? I mean, I know in '93 they gave them all shovels.
Yeah, you're all going to have shovels and hard hats.
That's what I wondered. If, okay.
Yep.
I wonder what kind of shoes to wear.
I
Or,
got you. Muck boots.
how far up on the hill are we going to